Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Abide in the pure silence of awareness. Abide in the source. Source is pure awareness. Pure means there is no adulteration, no mixing of anything else. Source has no body, mind, intellect, ego, emotions, objects, word. Source is nothing but awareness, impersonal awareness. No person, no personality, no individual identity. Actually, no identity of any sort. So we call this absolute. Absolute is the source, always the same. We in this human body are mixed up with so many things. Internally with ego, intellect, mind, feelings, emotions. Externally with objects, people. Objects, people are connected with internal feelings by desires, attachments, likes, dislikes. So the internal structure and the external objects and the connection between them, we are none of them. If you want to evolve, if you want your consciousness to be at the level of absolute, which we also call as God, then you have to transcend. Then you have to leave the diversity, individuality. Then you can become infinite. Leaving everything, you become everything. Before this, our consciousness is condensed into a form, into a person. Whatever you do to gain happiness, You can only be partially successful. You will be having happiness of buying a car, having a new spouse, your kid getting into admission into a good uni. And then what happens? Your kid fails in getting good marks, you suffer. You can't build a house, you suffer. You can't buy a car, you suffer. External objects will keep you on this roller coaster. Joys, happiness, and then sorrow and suffering. And no end to it. No end to it till you are a person. And immediate end to it if you are impersonal awareness. If you transcend from person to presence. And anyone can do that. Any human being can do that. It only needs your own interest, your motivation, your longing for it, and some sort of practice which you can do on a regular basis. From duality to non-duality, from person to presence, from transient to eternal. It looks like a big jump, looks impossible, but it is so easy, so simple. The process is so easy. The first and foremost is mumukshutva, your intense longing for liberation. Liberation from the bondages of a personal identity, from the personhood, which we all know is selfishness, egoistic attitudes. I am not saying that it is always thinking about itself. Egoistic people have done good works in this world. They have helped the mankind, but unfortunately, they could not help themselves. They are miserable. They are unhappy. And so, in spite of doing good works, unhappy person somehow transmits unhappiness only, in one way or the other. A liberated soul, even if it doesn't do anything, sits in a cave, spreads joy and happiness, becomes the power of the ultimate source. That fragrance of unconditioned love from him or her spreads all over the universe. And it attracts people looking for liberation, like the bees for honey, because he becomes the source. There is no more person living there. Though to people it might look, the person might have a personality, because it has a body form still holding, a mind which is helping, and some habits of dressing, eating, walking. maybe enjoying some stuff, but internally he's empty, he's hollow. Empty to an extent that the weight of the body is not there anymore. All the weight, all the luggage is in the mind of concepts, of thoughts, of likes and dislikes. Too much of stuff. In evolution of consciousness, from the dead or subconscious consciousness in a stone to that ultimate absolute truth is a process. It's a slow process. But if you are in a hurry, then you have to do a practice. And the practice can be self inquiry, self attention, which can transcend you from body mind complex to pure awareness. Start where you have to end. Abide in your pure awareness. Be the witness to everything happening internally and externally. And don't move from here. Don't change roles. Stay still. What may come? What can be the surprise for pure awareness, which has no body, no mind? If awareness has no body, there can be no bodily sufferings. And if there is no mind, there can never be a thought which can disturb pure awareness. So remember, all the suffering of the body mind is never ever to the pure awareness. It can be to the identity called ego, which has this wrong perception that it is body mind complex. Don't worry about that identity. That will dissolve soon when you stay as a witness. Once you understand where to put your attention, attention to the self, pure awareness, nothing else needs to be done. This is coming back home. Now there is only one unfinished task. You have to empty this home of all intrusive, unwanted thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and concepts of all sorts with it. The light of consciousness of pure awareness, witnessing to all thoughts, emotions, concepts, borrowed and cultivated in all these years, slowly will go away. They will burn away in the fire of this knowledge. I call this eternal detox. When you are not using the mind, people take gadget holidays. They don't use their mobile phones on weekends. Mind is an ancient gadget which we are using for so many births. And we are living in the noise of mind all the time. Let's get this eternal detox. Abide in your pure awareness. Be the witness to everything unfolding within and out. And still not judging anything within and in the outside world. If you start judging again, you will accumulate the garbage again. So, no likes, no dislikes, no one to hate, no one to judge, not even your own small self called ego. Let everything be there, whatever it is. But just be aware of everything and don't move. You are pure silence. There is no activity happening within you. You are non-doer always. You are pure consciousness. You represent everything in this cosmos, and still you are nothing. You let the source speak through the body and act through the body. Become the hollow flute of bamboo through which the divine song of the God plays through your body. You, as the ego, should just move out of it, leaving only emptiness, and you become nothing. When you become nothing, only absolute remains. It is not any type of imagination or hypnotism. It is your reality. Though the ego is dead, but you know that, you are still there to acknowledge it. That means you were never the ego. Who can see the death of ego? It was only a case of mistaken identity. You are always the witness which is witnessing everything. Who can witness the witness? You had a long old friendship with the mind. Sitting in your own stillness, it might come like an old friend and will ask you so many things to do, to contemplate on. It will take you to the journey of the body from past into the memory lane. You don't have to fight, just be aware and stay still. Mind did what you wanted mind to do, and now you are not interested in anything. But the mind has its own learned behavior. Though you are not interested, but you have created those impressions in all these years that the mind will attack you in a sense. Some of the thoughts can be very powerful, negative or positive, intense desires. Just watch in your silence. Abide in your own bliss. You are always complete. There is no unfinished task for you. And so always contented. You are always pure awareness. And nobody can take it away. There is nothing to lose and nothing to gain. You are eternally the same pure awareness. You are the screen on which all images comes and goes. You cannot hold on to these images like you cannot hold to any images in your dream. As you are unconcerned about the dream when you wake up, abiding in yourself, you're unconcerned of all the images, all the bodies, including your own. And the body becomes the medium to reflect the pure consciousness. Silence of awareness is addictive. It will drown you forever. And as you go deeper into this silence, it becomes deeper and deeper and deeper. In the blissful state of awareness, you realize there is no unfinished task. So there is no passion left for anything. Because all the passion for things is because of the results of that action. And result of all good actions is contentment and peace. When you already have this infinite contentment and peace, your attachment to all the passions drop. And the only passion left is compassion. Compassion is holistic. Even compassion word is wrong. It is the realization as pure awareness that everything is pure awareness. And hence the compassion and unconditional love for all the beings, for everything. Always be attentive to the pure awareness. The witness in us which is witnessing everything unfolding, but itself not involved. Accept your mind as it is. Whatever thoughts it carries, whatever it brings onto the screen of awareness, don't resist, but don't follow. Just be aware. To transcend, to move from mortality to immortality, don't touch anything of the mortal world, of the waking dream. Don't resist. Total acceptance to whatever is happening. With a feeling of gratitude and thanking the Absolute for whatever He is bringing in your life. Because whatever He is bringing is conducive to your liberation, to your freedom. And to know this is wisdom. what you have received in form of grace to be free. Don't use it for any other purpose. There is no other purpose in life except to break this dream and be eternally free. And whatever time is left after your liberation, then do what you want to do. But first thing first, realize the truth. Once you practice to establish yourself in pure awareness, then pure awareness do everything for you. Now it knows that you want to be in pure awareness. So it dissolves you in itself and you become one with the Absolute. I'll tell you a short story of Mirabai, a great Indian saint, a woman saint, who was a princess in love with Krishna, Lord Krishna. All her life she was singing in praise of Krishna. And towards the end of her life, she was asked to come back to the kingdom. And she asked for permission from Krishna in a temple in Dwarka where she was staying. She closed the door and went inside. And the stories that she got absorbed in that idol of Krishna, there was nothing left, not even her body. She got absorbed in that Krishna. It is more of a symbolic, whether you believe it or not. When you are looking for the Absolute, you become Absolute. I believe this story is true. You see her life, she was always looking for that Krishna. Left her home. That longing will unite you with the Absolute. And that is true yoga. Yoga also means union. But in this union, only the Absolute is left. The person dissolves completely without any trace left. To others, there is a body, but inside there is no one there. Only Absolute. And then who talks from the body? Only Absolute. And then Absolute praises the Absolute only in different forms. And the best form to praise Absolute is the silence, abiding in the pure silence of the Absolute. We say a person is known by the company he keeps. Now your company is the Absolute, and you become Absolute. You are that Absolute. You are eternal. You are purest of pure. You are always a witness, uninvolved. You are always a non-doer. You never had a birth and so no death to you. You are the immortal self, unblemished, untainted. Loving and kindness is your nature. Always contented and happy. You are the eternal fountain of joy. You don't know any sorrow. You are pure self. Om Shanti 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 Om.